Hey everybody, it's Adele. How you doing? I'm just getting set up here. I'm trying to do things a little different because I'm working on some bigger projects today. The first project will be a very small project, but the second project will be a larger project. So I wanted to make sure you could see what I'm doing. It's a beautiful day in Arizona. It's actually outside, I think it's in the 70s. And inside it's actually only 67 now. It's gone up in temperature. It was 65 a few minutes ago. So I just want to get on here. This is going to be mostly inking, but with a little bit of other stuff. I'm just going to check my video here, make sure everything looks okay. Oh, let me turn the volume down. Okay. So the volume's turned down, we're ready to go. I'm gonna turn the camera and go from there. Sorry, it's cold in Florida. That's unusual, right? Just like it's cold. If it's cold in Arizona, that's an unusual thing too. Trying to get this, there we go. There's a little bit of a glare in here, so, okay. The first thing I'm gonna start with is really simple. We got these from our upline when we were at Leadership. I think it was Erica and Jenny that gave this to us, but it could have been Jill. I'm not really sure. They gave us this along with a little book, but today what I did was I took the azure blue and I put it on a wipe, and I didn't want the stark white canvas, so I just got a wipe and I put I should have done it on camera next time. I put it on here and just kind of gave it a washed little look because I think it'll pop better. I didn't want the white. And next I'm going to do a little bit of a flower on here. Like I said, it's a really small project. So like I said, I did a little wash with this with a wipe and some azure blue, and I'm just going to put a flower on it. I'm not sure which one. We got these from our one of our upline at Leadership as a gift. I'm leaning towards those two, but maybe that one. I'm trying to pick a flower here. I just found out recently these flowers are no longer available. That's not supposed to be in there. I love this flower so much. Maybe I'll just go with that one. Yes, I love azure blue. I have about 4 or 5 jars of it. I stocked up on it when I found out it was going away. So I'm going to do this flower. It's literally my favorite flower out of that collection. And I just used the azure blue paste on a wipe, and I also let it sit for a while, and then I use the heat gun a little bit more just to make sure, and then I just for a good measure I put some paste on this, but I think that was just some wax. I don't think it was necessary to put this on, but I did. And I cannot, oh okay, there we go. You guys can tell what I'm showing you. Some wax. So I'll get that out of the way. And I really didn't need to do that. I'm pretty darn sure I didn't need to do that. Reach over here and grab some, ooh, lime might look good. Let me turn that over. I'm gonna go yellow. Let's see which yellow. Oh, they're both lemon. So I stocked up on lemon too, because it's another one of my favorite. I wish I would have got a couple more, but I didn't, so, well, whatever. Live and learn. So I need to stir this up, and like every single, hey Betty, I'm gonna send you a link for the stir sticks and the Swispers. I keep forgetting to do that. I will text you that link. It's been a busy couple of days. I haven't felt that great, but I've still been working a few things in my business. You have a lemon. Oh yeah, what do you want? Blue? Jody, you want to swap a blue for a lemon? azure blue. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of paste. It's probably okay. Hey Cindy, so I've been doing, so I use an app called TaxBot for my businesses, and I've been just categorizing things the last 2 days really. Maybe that's why I haven't felt good. Okay, so I just, I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick. I think I'm gonna put orange on the inside dots, or yellow on the inside and lime on the outside. Let me think about that. Oh, oops, sorry. Let's see. I think orange. I don't know, we'll see how it looks. We'll see how it looks if I went to orange. My orange is weird. It's one of those that I tried to fix and it didn't work out. Ended up putting too much water in it and all that stuff. Oh, but first, before I get too far, I wanted to talk about my heat gun, because Christy Lynn ordered one and it just came in the mail. So this controls your temperature. Left is not as hot, and to the right is hotter, okay? Then it's got 2 speed controls here. This is low, and this one's high. The one thing to remember though is that this gets hot. So when you set this down, it's not hot right now. When you set this down, just be careful that it's not by any plastic. I love this heat gun. Yeah, Jody has one too, and we both love this heat gun. You can get it on Amazon. If anybody needs a link, just let me know. I like it because it's quieter than a blow dryer. So, so this is the thing we got from convention, from our upline, and I guess I'm gonna use this because the tool I have is out in my car for my classes. Hey Trish. So I'm just gonna do the inside, a little bit of an orange, and I'm actually gonna hope to get too much because I want it to sort of spread to the outside so that it looks like the seeds are spreading and making the beautiful yellow. So I'm okay with a little, I actually want it that way. So I'll put the lid back on that. So yeah, for you people that are freezing, Trish, it's 67 in my craft room, which is normally freezing, and it's 70 something outside. But in the summer, you can just rub it back at me because in the summer, it's hard to even walk out here into the studio. So I'm gonna have to change things up and move my craft room inside, because in the summer, it's unbearable out here. This is just a sort of a second thought build on that the owner I got the house from, he built on and didn't insulate anything. So because he used it for a workshop. So I'm just gonna make sure this is stirred up, and this looks like perfect consistency for what I'm wanting. And I'm just gonna start putting it on. Oops, and I'm making a mess already. It's probably, might have gotten it too runny. So I'm just gonna keep working. So the project I'm working on in a few minutes is a backpack. I'm going to put the Chalk Couture logo on it. It's a backpack that's more my style than the pink one that we got at convention. So I'm gonna use it for my business and chalk a bunch of logo kind of stuff on it. Oh, that's funny. Trish. Yeah, I if it gets too cold, I start whining and hitting the thermostat. So I think it's all about how thick your blood gets. So there we go, that's on. This is the thing, Trish, that we got from, I can't remember whether it was Erica or Jill. So I didn't get as much bleed over as I had hoped from the other color. So I'm gonna go in here and see if I can make it move a little bit towards, because if you look in nature, there's a lot of mixing of colors in plants especially. All right, so that's kind of what I was looking for. Let's see how it turned out though. Oh, I love it, it's cool. Check it out, what do you guys think? So I'm just gonna have this in my chalking room and have it to look at. So there's that. I'm gonna put this in a water bath, well, off camera, of course. Okay, next, let me put the lid on this. Just a simple little flower, nothing fancy. Okay, now I'm gonna go to my backpack. It's one that's meant to carry a computer and all that other kind of stuff. Let me just make sure all this stuff is dry. I don't wanna get paste on the inside of my, or on the other side of my backpack, so I'm just gonna make sure this is, paste is dry or gone. It apparently will have some glitter because I can't get the glitter off this silly mat. I haven't even tried that hard, really. It's just the way it is. Glitter everywhere. Okay, so here's my backpack. And my plan is to make money beautifully up here. I hope it works. I don't even know. Then I'm gonna do Ask Me How right here. And then I'm gonna do the Chalk Couture logo here. And I think I'm gonna start with the Chalk Couture logo because these are just extra add-ons. I just wanna see how it goes. If I have any trouble, then I'll punt. And I think I've got some. So this is a very, the pockets are all lined very well, so I don't think it's even gonna go through. Of course, I just got that wet somehow. Yeah, so I'm gonna, I don't think the ink will go through the backpack, but it might. And this is kind of a, sort of feels like canvas, but I'm not sure it's canvas. It feels like canvas, but I'm not sure that's what it is. But this pack was on sale. It was an amazing price. It's got lots of pockets. It's got the little things here for wireless headphones. So I'm just gonna go for it. See what happens. And I'm gonna do it in the Tide ink so that it will pop off of there. Till is just too, I don't know. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I want it to be darker. What do you guys think? Do you guys have a vote? Do you have an opinion? I kind of like the darker color because of the black, but then again, this also pops off, so I don't know what to do. Yes, I'm using it strictly for my Chalk Couture business. I have a doTERRA backpack that I use for both, have been using for both, but I'm going to switch that so I don't have to keep taking stuff out and putting stuff in. But I wanted to get a separate backpack for my other business, and so when this was on sale at Amazon, I couldn't resist. Hey Angela, hey Misty. So I'm gonna pull these off. So we're gonna use Tide Teal right there. I'm gonna put this one up, and we're just gonna because it's going on a fabric type surface, I don't have to destickify like we normally would. And I do want a good seal around the silk screen because that's where the ink will pass through. So I'm just gonna push down and make sure I got a good tight seal, especially on this one because this is a big silk screen. We need to make sure it's nice and connected to the fabric. Try my angled squeegee too, just to make sure. What's the weather like in Texas, Misty? It's 67 inside my cold studio. It's in the 70s outside. We've been just having the weirdest weather. One day it's in the 30s, the next day it's in the 70s, and you're like, oh, it's almost summer. And the next day it goes in the 30s again, so you're like, what is going on? So if everyone would like and share, I would appreciate that. If you look on your mobile device, it's the bottom left-hand share button. With Facebook algorithms, that's the only way to get my videos out, is to like and share them. Okay, I think I'm good. I think it's on there fairly good. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, because I'm sort of messy when I chalk or craft or do anything. Let me see, make sure that looks centered. Oh, now that I've done all that, it looks a little off. Does it look off to you guys? Off center? I think it is. Yep, it's off center. Start all over. Okay, I'm gonna turn it this way while I get it centered. Hope you can see that. I just want to make sure it's at least side to side centered, and that's where it was off, was side to side. I've got some music going. If it's bothering you, just tell me. Music makes me happy. Not that I'm not happy. Okay, I think that we'll do the little, we're very close. Let me do something smaller that I can see it on. Okay. We are good. We are a squeegee away on both sides. And it doesn't have to be exact. I'm not that kind of a... Okay. I've got some books and boards in there to kind of make it firmer. Actually, I probably should put one more thing in. Hold on one second. I'm going to grab a book just to make sure. I just want, when I push down with the ink, I just want to make sure it's... Oh, that's better. Yeah. I learned that the hard way the first time I inked on something a long time ago. You need to be able to push the ink down. Okay, so I'm just going to go over it again with the angled squeegee. Okay. Let's see how that's going. Okay, now we're ready to start. Just gonna open up the Tide. I love this color. Oh, no, I was gonna tape it. Whew, just in case. Hey, Jennifer, thanks for joining. Just gonna get some tape on here to protect me from myself. So the ink is permanent. If it spills on something, it's really hard to get off. I will need to heat set this, which I will do with a that paper stuff. What's it called? I've got it right here. Parchment paper. Yeah. I'm excited because I'm going to Vegas. Jennifer is helping put on a mini leadership retreat, which is awesome. Excited about that. I already learned from leadership a bunch of stuff, but I figure learning, knowledge is power, right? I'm gonna do one more side over here, just in case. I'll even tape it to the table a little bit, just to make sure. Okay, so I was telling them before that you know, we got those really gorgeous pink backpacks at a convention. I'm just not that much into pink, so I gave mine to my friend Jody. But this is more my style, so I'm gonna Chalk Couture it up. So you just load the angled part, and then you just work your way down, and you start off the silk screen and work your way across. And you really want it to get through the silk screen, so you want to be generous with your ink. And you want to push down too at the same time. We'll do more pushing in a minute, but I'm trying to just load it up right now. And yeah, I've got it sucked down for sure. So I have some cardboard, a book, and a bunch of other things in it, so that I can push down here in a minute and really work the ink into the silk screen. And like I said, you have to be really careful with the ink, especially if you're working on cloth, because if you're working on metal or glass, it's not as bad. But if you're working on cloth, it really is absorbent. So anything very porous, you have to be cautious with. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to just push down kind of hard and work that ink into the silk screen. And scrape off the excess. If you have any questions, just type them in. If you're new to Chalk Couture and you don't know what this stuff is and you have questions, just put that you want to learn more and I'll be happy to message you or call you or text you or whatever you'd like. So right now I'm just pushing down kind of hard. I want to make sure that the silk screen is letting the ink go through. Now when you're using the ink instead of the Chalkology paste, you don't have to hurry as much as you do with the Chalkology paste. If the Chalkology paste dries, it will actually pull up with your silk screen and not stay on the surface you're trying to chalk. So I'm just gonna keep trying to get rid of some of these lines, but it may not matter because this is canvas-like material. I don't think you're gonna see those that much. I love Chalk Couture. It's only been around for about 18 months, maybe 16 months. I have to do the math. I think it's 16. Okay. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is make sure my hands are clean before I start touching. And I do have a little bit of ink on me, so give me a minute. And then what we'll do is start pulling that up. Okay. And I'll save this for the next part of this inking project. I'll save all this tape. Alright. The tape's fighting amongst themselves. They're trying to stick to each other. Okay, so we got a little bit more to take off. It will be good. And we can take off the transfer. There we go. I love the Chalk Couture family. We all kind of help each other out, which is very cool. Anytime anybody has a question, there's always somebody to ask. So you never feel like you're alone in your business. And lots of people do this just as a hobby. Some people do it as a business. Oh, look at that! I love it! Oh my gosh, check it out, ladies. I love it. Oh my gosh. That's cool. Oh, that is so awesome. That makes me happy. Woo! Okay, before I do anything else, I am gonna dry it a little bit with the heat gun. Just so if I bump it, it doesn't come right up. Yes, I'm very happy with that. So the next two parts are gonna go up here. And I'm hoping to do Make Money Beautifully here and Ask Me How. I don't know yet how I'm gonna get a hard surface under there, but we'll figure it out. Maybe the book can maybe all of it can just move up. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I saw this on Amazon. They were having some kind of a special deal and it was like half off. And I'm like, well, you know, I have my doTERRA bag that I use for everything, but I really need to have a Chalk Couture bag so they don't have to take everything out every time I go one class to the other. So I took a risk and bought it, and when it came in, I'm like, ooh, I could chalk on that. So, yeah. It looks awesome. I'm trying to decide now if I should do the words in a lighter color. Yeah, I've got a book in there now, Jody, and I'm gonna try to just slide everything to the top. Yeah. I love it. So with the leadership and stuff, I always have my oils and at convention too. So people were like, I've got a headache, can you help me? I've got this, can you help me? So anyway, now you can probably see it a little bit better. I'm gonna start pulling on the bag a little bit. Let's see if I can scooch it up. So I'm getting a bit of a reputation in Chalk Couture, I guess. Okay, so I got the book at the top. Still need to make it higher, it seems like. Hold on a second, I gotta work this out somehow. Let me put another book in there. I'm gonna go grab another couple of doTERRA books. No, I didn't have one in my trench coat. Let's see. Let's see if this will work. Okay. There we go. Now I got ink on me. How'd that happen? Oh, I bumped the lid. I'm a hot mess sometimes. I have an oil for almost everything. I've been using them constantly on my foot. My foot's been acting up the last few days. If you've ever dealt with chronic pain, it's pretty much no fun. You never get a break. You have good days and not so good days. Some are better than others. Okay, that's good enough. So now the question is, do I go with a lighter color for the words, or do I stay with the darker color? I think the lighter color might make the gray pop out more, but I'm not sure because, oh, black. I hadn't thought of black. Let me think about that. I don't know. White. Think about that. Let's see. So the white would be the words. Yeah, actually white might work. Silver would disappear. Give me a minute. This is where I struggle with color choices. I don't know why, but I do. I really think the gray will pop through that. I think it will pop through that. Gray or white. Actually, white might really pop off of it. Maybe I'll do white on one and see how it goes. I'll start with this one. Okay, here we go. Ask me how. Made a decision. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn it because I want to make sure now it's heavy. It's got all those books in there. I'm trying to center side by side, and then I'll come over here and look at the, no, that's crooked. I wonder if I could just put it on the line. Oh, a good song is on. Hey, see you later, Jennifer. Thanks for stopping in. Tell your mom hi. Okay, that's close. All right. So now I'm just going to make sure that I've got the silk screen down. And I'm pushing down pretty hard. I don't want it to bleed, which is possible. So all right. Just gonna go with the tape again, just in case. Don't want any whoopsies. Let's see. Okay, we're just getting the tape on there, and then we're going to chalk. I'm tempted to go white and then do the turquoise up here. I think I'll do white here, turquoise, white, and then the tide. Okay, so I'm gonna do white next. I made a decision. Hopefully it's the right one. Okay. So when you're inking, you always load up your screen, your squeegee, just like you do with chalk paste. You don't have to worry about water or anything like that. You just start off the silk screen and work your way over. Whoa, that's a lot of ink. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure it's getting in the silk screen. I'll start here and start working it. As I'm coming, I'm pushing down like you would on a windshield squeegee, and I'm making sure that it's getting in all of the silk screen. I want to be able to see the letters when I'm done. Sometimes you can't, depending on if you're working with the next color that I'm possibly going to choose. It sort of blends in with the transfer. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to do one more pass for sure, maybe two. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Check my hands again just to make sure I don't have any white on me. I've been using the ink a lot the last couple of weeks for sure. It's just happened to be the way the projects have come. Okay. Oh, I gotta be careful of that guy right there. I left a little blob on there. Thanks, Christy. I'm not sure I'm a pro, but thank you for the compliment. Okay. Let's see if I can get it to unstick. Woo! Oh my gosh, you guys, check it out. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh wow. That is cool. Wow. What do you guys think? Give me a comment. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Wow, it really pops. So now what do? Do I do this one, the Make Money Beautifully in white too? Or do I try the other color? Because it's not like ink, it's not like paste where I could redo it. I kind of have to know my color. Oh dear, what should I do? Okay, I'm gonna dry that a little bit, just knowing myself. And I don't have this on a super high heat. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the white. Yeah, good idea, guys. I agree. Okay. Now I'm just gonna try to get this centered on there. Okay. What about a walking advertisement? That's what I'm gonna be here. Oh, that made me happy. That was awesome. Let's see. I think I'm gonna flip this. No, maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. Trying to see if it's centered. It looks okay. How does it look to you guys? You guys can probably tell better than I can if that's centered. Maybe a little bit farther this way. Okay, it's barely hanging off both sides. I think it's fine. Okay, now I just need to make sure these words are really down onto the fabric canvas. Oops. What I love about Chalk Couture is that everything's reusable. So I can use these, you know, the company says 8 to 10 times, but I have stuff that I've used at vendor events, little tiny transfers that like this size, that I've used probably 100 times, to be honest, because I take them to every single vendor event I do, and I do lots of vendor events, small ones, and soon to be big ones. And they still work. So, okay. Let's see. I think that's the size I want. Tape again, just because. This is just all about being extra cautious right now. Nothing else. I'm just being extra cautious because I don't want to drip or drop or whatever. Okay. Chances are I'm going to get some ink on this tape this time. So I'm going to make sure it's really secured, because I would be really upset if it wasn't and some ink got through. Okay, deep breath everybody. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. Oops, I should have started off. It was a little hard to start off that time because I didn't have much space. Oops, I got a little clumpy thing in there. Let me just reload. I'm gonna put it on a little thick here. And I'm just gonna smear it on like I would the paste. Like butter or peanut butter. And then I'll come back and work it down into the screen. Okay. I'm actually gonna get a new squeegee for this part, just for fun. Hey, Christy. Okay. So now I'm just gonna work it in, pushing down with quite a bit of force. Not like I'm gonna break anything, but I'm pushing down to make sure that that ink gets through the silkscreen transfer. And I need to just ignore the sides and not worry about the sides right now, because I'm afraid if I push on the sides that it will go under that tape. And I may have already done it, but hopefully not. We're gonna think positive. To think positive, and I don't care about the excess anywhere else. It's the silk screen I'm worried about focusing on. Okay, I'm gonna probably pull this all off at once so that I don't have any whoopsies. So I'm gonna grab the silk screen with it and pull it off. Oh dear. I had a whoopsie on the U. Not sure why. Dang it. Everything else looks great, except that U right there. Oh, and wow, I'm gonna have to fix that somehow. Anybody have any tips before I go cry? Okay, let's see. Let me wash my hands. Anybody have any tips? I have some whoopsies. My guess is the Swiffer. Or Swispers. Swiffer. No, I gotta get it off. I gotta figure out a way. There's gotta be a way. I know somebody's done this before. I've never had a whoopsie on ink, so. I'm gonna see if I can scrape it off later. Since it's a canvas, I might be able to get it off by just scraping it. Oh, that's coming off. Okay. A fine paintbrush. I'm trying to get it off. I want it off. I don't want it on. Let's see. Okay, so far this is working okay. Yeah, the ink is on. It's not the ink isn't on. The ink needs to come off. Yeah, I've got a thing that I'm gonna try to scrape this off with, but I'll do it later, I guess. But since it's canvas, I can actually, I think I can scrape it off later. Anyway, you guys don't want to watch me do that. Yes, so it will come off and I can fix it. I know that I can fix this and it will be fine. I just need to be patient with it and it will be fine. So there's my project, nice and flat. Yeah, so I'm gonna fix it. It'll be fine. You guys have a good day. And let me turn the camera around. Okay, that's it for me. Here's my backpack. I think I'm going to love it anyway. I'm gonna fix those two things. I'm not exactly sure what I did wrong, why it bled. I think I had my silk screen down pretty well, but maybe I didn't. Oops, there we go. Now you can see it. But see how the K, that one's almost fixed, and then the U just has a little bit too much white there that I can pick off. So that's that one. And then the other project I did was this cute little canvas thing that we got at Leadership. It is so small, like it's smaller than my hand. And I just took a wipe with some azure and basically kind of whitewashed the frame with azure. And then I let it dry. I did it earlier this morning. And then I came back and did the flower. At first when they gave this to us, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do with that? But that's what I came up with. I like it. It's gonna sit right here while I chalk and remind me that when you get a gift like that, you just figure out a way to do it. Or when you go to the thrift store and you find something different, you figure out a way to make it work. So that's it for me today in sunny Arizona. And I hope you guys aren't freezing to death up in Montana and Florida and Indiana, Kansas, all those places. And have a good day. And I'm gonna go fix this because I know I can. Thanks, guys. Please like and share. Hey everybody, if you like this video, please click on the subscribe button and then hit the bell icon. And don't forget to visit my website. Thank you.